A very good morning, good afternoon, good night, whenever you will watch this video. So from tomorrow onwards, we are starting one new chapter of your English subject, which is style and nature of writing. So in this chapter, we will take one topic which is describing. That is the very important short note that may be asked in your examination. So in this video, we will understand the meaning of describing means what, which are the methods of it, and which are the benefits of describing. So I hope you are ready with your pen and paper. So without wasting much time, let us start this video. So in your examination, if this type of short note is asked that what do you mean by describing, so you can start like this. First statement you can write that the term describing means to explain in detail. That means whatever topic is there, whatever thing is there, that thing if you want to explain, then you have to describe it. So that is the meaning of describing, means explaining the thing. Next is when your subject is so tiny or small, you should begin by keen observation, then go with the decision. So as for example, supposing a very small thing is given to you, supposing duster is a topic, and if you want to describe about a duster, then your observation should be very keen. Keen means what? Very small observations you have to make, then only your description becomes lengthy. Otherwise, within a single line you may complete your description. So that is why when your topic is very you can say small or tiny, then your observation should be very much keen, and then you have to give your decision. Okay. Next is the main objective of describing is to make readers see, feel and hear what we have seen, felt and heard. That means what? Supposing you have seen the duster. So you are describing on the duster. That means you have seen the duster, you feel the duster, and you have hear about the duster. That means you know duster means what. So same feeling that reader should get, same thought that reader should create. So in such a way you should describe a thing that you can say reader must create a picture of this particular topic that you are describing in his or her mind. For that purpose we will see the example also later. Now next is when one is describing a person, a place or a thing, his or her intention is to uncover a topic, thought, bright, carefully arranged details. So supposing if you are describing about a person, about a place or about a thing, then your intention is what? That your intention is simple, that whatever thing that you have seen, that same thing you want to show to other. Or to other means what? To the reader. So for that purpose I have written one example over here. Same thing you can write in your exam also. Supposing if you want to describe about your classroom, that means you have given the description. In which way you should give your description? That in such way that whatever thing that you have seen, that you have felt, same thing reader must see. How? That certain key points I have written. You can start your description on my classroom like this. That first of all you will say about the key points: size, walls, windows, doors, colors, fan, tube light, air conditioners, speakers, projectors, branches. These things are known as what? These things are known as keen observations. And after collecting the keen observations, now we'll start the description, so that whatever reader is there, that also create one picture about your classroom. So such type of description should be there, and this type of description you may create when your observations are very much keen. So how you can describe? You can describe like that: the size of my classroom is 20 feet by 20 feet. Then it has 4 walls, say 4 windows, 2 doors. Then the color of the windows are you can say white. The color of the wall is red. There are 4 fans in my classroom with 3 tube lights. Beside of this, one air conditioner is there, 2 speakers are there, 1 projector is there in my classroom. Then there are total 30 benches are there in my classroom, which are arranged in a 3 rows. So like this. So if you will give this type of description, so that reader will create the picture of your classroom. So that is known as effective description. Now we'll discuss about the method of the description. Now we will discuss the methods. how you can describe a thing. So you should describe a thing in such a way that whatever reader is there who is reading your description must create a mental picture in his mind. Then only you can say your description is correct. So certain method is there that in this way you can write, that I have written on the board, that if you want to give a good description of topic, pay attention and concentrate on the details and facts and the illustrate or explain to the readers what you mean. So that means if you want to give the good description at that time, what you should do, you should take one topic. On that topic you have to pay the attention. You should create the keywords like previously we have discussed about the description on the classroom, like benches, speakers, fan, table, wall, etc. And you should focus on that and start to describe it. Next is the specific details given by you will create live picture in the reader's mind. Which type of specific details, like color of the wall, color of the windows, etc. So, and also size of the classroom. So this type of specific detail if you will provide in your description, so that reader will create a picture in his mind. By doing so, you can make a writing more interesting and easier to understand, so that reader can easily understand what you want to say, what is your description. Next is, generally while describing, writer needs to give more importance to physical features of a place, object or thing. So whenever you want to describe something, at that time you should put more weight on your physical appearance. Like 4 walls are there, color is there, this type of physical appearance should be there. Then only you can provide the effective description. Next is, when reader reads a descriptive passage, he or she should be able to get the mental picture of the described thing. So whenever reader will read your description, at that time whatever picture that you want to create, same picture must be created on reader's mind. As reader becomes able to get physical picture in mind, writer's effort is justified in true sense. Means what? That if you get the success to create a mental picture on the reader's mind, then we can say that he is the correct writer or she is the correct writer. Why? Because his or her description is so much effective, so that reader has created one mental picture in his mind. So in this way you can write the method of the description. Now we will discuss about the benefits, or you can say advantage of the descriptions. These are the advantages, or you can say benefits of describing, so that you will understand one by one. First is what? That reader can enhance the ability to capture a sense or event in writing. So whatever reader is there, that can enhance means what? That can improve his or her ability to capture the sense or event in writing. That means in the whatever paragraph is there or whatever document is there, in that reader can develop his skill, that what writer wants to say. The reader can be able to paint a picture with words. So if your description is effective, then only reader can create one picture with the help of your words that you have written in your description. And if reader can create a picture in his mind, then only we can say that our description is very much creative. Next advantage is, writer can be able to use certain words according to the requirement of content and use adjective and adverbs effectively by giving description of a topic. Now advantage for writer is what? That a writer can use so many words. Which type of words? That according to what? According to his requirement, according to his or her content. And also that writer can use the adjectives. Adjective means what? Such a words which will give the extra information about the noun. That writer can use the adverbs also. Adverbs means what? That such a words which will give the extra information about the verb, or you can say about the action. So that whatever description is there, that will become so much effective. So the advantage of reader is what? That reader may use certain types of words like adjective and adverbs, so that writer can create his description very effectively. Then last advantage is what? That this will help to gain the skills of critical thinking. Now critical thinking means what? Thinking about each and every aspects. Supposing you are describing about the classroom. So for classroom, if you will think about the blackboard and the benches, then it is not your critical thinking. Critical thinking means what? That you are thinking about each and every aspects. Means what? You are thinking about air conditioner in your class, fans, then speakers, then benches, doors, colors of the doors, colors of the windows, colors of the walls, etc. So if you will think about all the aspects, then only that is known as critical thinking, and that critical thinking is very much important to become your description very effective. So critical thinking and experience the objects or places she or he is describing with all their sense. So critical thinking plays very important role in the describing portion. Why? Critical thinking means what? That keen observation, you can say. Keen observation means what? You are thinking about each and every aspect, and after thinking about each and every aspect, that aspects you are writing in your description, so that whoever reader is there, he or she can create the mental picture in his or her mind. So this is all about the completion of that describing topic. Now I would like to end this video. Once again, we will meet in a new video with a new topic. So till then, read hard, work hard. Thank you very much.